Well, I haven't started the housework yet because it took me this whole time to get everything watered and get our baby plants out here to start hardening them off. I'm not going to have them out as long today, or our neighbors, we have new neighbors and dogs, and they're not used to me in my yard. Could be a long summer for them. But yeah, I got all the plants out here. I'm hardening them off. And some of these are plants that are going to a friend. And once these go to their house, I will be able to do some more work in this grow room here. Because some of this stuff I kind of want to spread out. If you've been following us for a while, you know we started some strawberries from seeds, and we finally have something looking like strawberry plants, right? And there's not many of them, but the cool thing about strawberries is they're going to send out runners, and they'll keep making new plants. And as long as we're wanting to get new plants, we'll just keep letting them do runners. Once you're ready to let them produce strawberries, you cut the runners. They won't put strawberries on while they're sending out runners. So we have radishes over here, and you can see they're finally starting to make some radishes. Probably have them a little crowded in here, but that's okay. We have some Swiss chard and some beet greens and some dandelions. Dandelions actually really good for you. Have some new radishes coming up. You got to keep, it's called succession planting. Keep planting seeds so that you always have radishes, right? And this is some of our salad greens over here. And this is one of my plants that I'm hardening off. I just added this catnip in for my friend. And when you first plant something that's been in a grow room type environment, it has to be hardened off. So this container can't spend as much time out here. That's our purple sweet potato that started sending out sprouts after a couple of months. And so I was able to put it in some dirt, and it wants to grow now. We'll see what happens. If nothing else, we'll eat the green leaves, right? Back here, our green tea plants are not very happy. I just moved them to another location. I had them back there in that corner. I thought, well, maybe they wanted more sunlight. I have started cracking both the windows up top and this big slider window to let some air in just so it doesn't get overheated. Here's another catnip plant that we recently rooted, and another one I'm rooting. I've got a lot of people that have cats in my life. You can see back here the carrots are doing really well, and there's a little bit of onions coming up as well, which is awesome because I love onions. This right here, sorry about that. This right here is my first rooted fig tree, and my only rooted tree actually. So far, I haven't seen anything happening here with the apricot, but again, it doesn't look dead. Hardwoods take a long time to root, and if this roots, I will be so over the top ecstatic because I have never rooted a fruit tree before, so that's pretty awesome. And I guess the fig is a fruit tree. I don't know if you can see the leaves that are setting on too well there, but we'll take our successes, right? And over here we have some ginger. Let me get up on my step stool so I can let you see. This is just ginger from the store. And I just stuck it in some dirt and it's growing. I didn't have any luck with the turmeric from the store. So I'm kind of thinking if you want to grow turmeric, you probably want to get it from a grower. I tried. And over here, this is a white sweet potato. And it's still doing well. It's growing all over the place here. And we have some tomatoes back here in this basket. And I just put some more seeds out. I've got some baby ones started in some different spots. Let's see if you can see that one back there. And then over here, this one's doing a little better right there. So keep planting more seeds. Back here, this is, or up front here, this is our peppers. And these peppers have really liked this spot. And we have them companion planted. Hey, Brian, or Bryson, welcome to the channel. We have them companion planted with some pineapples. I would really love to grow a pineapple. I don't know if it'll work, but I did notice that the peppers were super happy when I added the pineapples. So even if I don't grow pineapples, it's win-win with the peppers. And back here, we have some nasturtiums and some parsley. And we have some pepper plants coming up back here. I'm going to have to spread those out here in a little bit. I'm going to try to keep peppers Thank you, Bryson. I appreciate it. Thanks for subbing. I'm going to try to keep peppers growing both in the grow room and outside, but I'm mostly going to have hot peppers outside. And back here we have some thyme. There are some rich sweetness melon seeds planted in here. Those won't germinate until it's at least 70 degrees regularly. I took the zucchini out and planted them outside. They were not happy in the space. They grew really well, but they didn't really seem to like the humidity. Over there, there's some menthol. Over here, we have another cutting of a fig that I just took and the apricot. I'm trying so hard to root an apricot. And what else do I have going in here? Lettuces. Okay, so this right here, this is pretty cool. Let me show you this. This is purslane. And purslane is considered a weed. This will actually flower and make yellow flowers, but these leaves are a superfood and they taste like spinach. And what you do is, like right here, you're just going to take this and pinch this off, and it's going to divide and make two more branches. You can see some of these have two branches. So that's kind of how you keep that propagating and producing more and more branches and more purslane leaves, right? And so we have some Cherokee lettuce, we have some arugula over here, and we have some bok choy. And let's go outside and see how everything's doing outside, the trees and whatnot. We've had problems with the critters trying to eat everything, so my husband's been netting stuff for me, anything that's fruiting, right? Let's go look at our apricot over here. I haven't planted this garden bed yet. It's busy one thing at a time. But you can see we're actually having some apricots set on. And the really sad thing with this tree is it has had a borer infestation. When I first planted these trees, I didn't know anything about fruit trees. It's really my first time cultivating fruit trees. And I didn't realize that the tree had borers. And actually, trees can get borers here anyway. But I've treated it for borers, and I haven't had any success with killing them. And we're hoping this thing continues to live. We'll keep treating it, but only time will tell. This tree has made the best apricots, like really good, but it's netted because everything wants to eat the apricots, including me. Our pistachio is just now waking up. See that? Just shot out some leaves today. How cool is that? You have to have a male and a female, and it takes a long time. Over here, we've already transplanted some watermelon, and I have it covered. Once this is mature, I don't think anything will try to eat it, but for now, we do have a rabbit that's been busting in the yard. For now, I have it covered just to protect it from critters, right? Over here is a different species of fig. It's one that one of my friends gave me. I think it's the Desert King fig. And I actually forget what variety I have over here, but this tree is wonderful. That's the one that I rooted the cutting from. This came up from our grapefruit a couple of years ago. Actually, I think it's about 3 years. And it dropped fruit and the seeds sprouted underneath it. And I have no idea what we're going to get out of this. But I thought, you know what? It wanted to live, so we're just going to plant it and see what happens. If it doesn't ever fruit, we'll just, pull it out, that kind of thing. But over here you can see this fig tree is already setting on figs. And if you've never had a fresh fig, they are so amazing and sweet. So juicy, really, really good. And you can eat them just fresh like they are, or you can cook with them. They're really good baked with balsamic and either maple syrup or honey. Our kumquat is evergreen, but it's just starting to wake up and put on new leaves. So hopefully we'll see some flower buds here before too long. This is a delicious apple, and it hasn't woken up yet. It's like late to the party, right? But we actually got some apples off this last year, which was pretty cool. They were little, but we'll see what happens this year. Over here, we have our lemon tree. And the lemon tree, the blooms are opening. And I saw some bees out here earlier, so I'm really happy about that. We're supposed to get a little wind today. And if it gets to being really super windy, I'll have to put a sheet over this, because what happens is the wind will actually blow the blooms that are open off your tree, and then you won't get any lemons, right? I mean, we have a lot of buds that haven't opened yet, but if we get really high winds, I will cover this just to protect it with a sheet. Hi, Bryson. This is a mandarin. It bloomed one time a couple years ago, and it hasn't bloomed since then. I'm hoping that it actually sets some blooms on this year. I think it's been 5 or 6 years. I don't know. Oh, okay. Thanks for coming back, Bryson. I think it's been 5 or 6 years, so I'm hopeful that's really grown. We planted this, it looked like a single stick, right? That's how we planted all of our trees. But I'm hoping we could potentially get some fruit on this. We'll see. Only time will tell. This is our Enna apple, and I love this tree because it's short, but it produces a lot of apples. And let me see, you can see it's setting on fruit now. This wakes up early. Can you see that? There you go. It's setting on a whole bunch of apples, and I love apples. If you look at my videos, my cooking videos, I've canned apple pie filling. Last year I canned apple slices, and this tree is so cool. The apples, when they first set on, they're green like Granny Smith, and then when it gets really ripe, they're kind of a golden color with crimson streaks, so it's really pretty, and they taste like apple pie, just fresh off the tree if you're able to leave them on till it gets that ripe. What I have to monitor at this tree, because it sets so many apples on, if it heats up and gets really, really hot, I'll start picking some of them so that the tree isn't stressed with the water needs of having so much fruit on it. Oh my gosh, okay, the pomegranates are starting to bloom. Here we go. Look at that. Or I should say they're putting buds on. This might be the earliest that it's actually put buds on, so I'm super thrilled about that. Last year it set on a whole bunch of pomegranates. Oh, here's another one. Yay. Oh, my husband's going to be so happy to see that. Last year it set on a whole bunch of pomegranates, but then we got a week of 120 degrees and most of them split. We only got to eat about 10 of them. Now I'm so excited. I'm hoping I'll see some more on here. That would be so cool. Just got to take a peek here. Well, I only see a couple so far, but hey, that's amazing. It's not even April yet, and we already have some bloom setting on that. Over here we have our almond, and thank you. I'm glad you think it's a nice garden. Welcome to the channel, Daisy. Thanks for joining. Oh, there's a raven up there. Did you hear it? Wonder what kind of trouble he's going to get into. I love the sound that they make. But the quail were out here. Oh wow, it looks like our net got kind of blown up a little bit. I'm gonna have to patch that. But the quail were out here in this tree, and I saw one take a big bite and like rip something off, and I'm pretty sure it got quite a few of our almonds because I'm not seeing that many almonds on here. You are loud wherever you are up there. But hey, we're gonna get some. That's kind of the life of a suburban gardener, farmer, right? You're fighting with the rabbits and you're fighting with the birds, but nature is so cool. And this is our dwarf ruby red grapefruit. And this tree is amazing. We planted this, I think 3 years ago, and it actually every year has set on 11 large red grapefruit, like store size, right? Like really big ones, and they're super flavorful. And this is a tiny tree. It's not as wide as I am tall, right? It can get 15 feet tall. I think a lot of times in our environment things don't get as big, but this is a great tree, especially if you don't have a lot of space, because it's growing really slow, but it's productive. It puts on a lot of fruit. The thing that I've learned about these dwarf ruby red grapefruits is once it sets fruit on, don't prune anything off of it. If you do any pruning at all, for every cut you make, you'll lose a fruit. I made that mistake one year, the first year we had it. And these are the eggplants that we overwintered in the grow room. Let's see if I can, yeah, here we go. These are pretty big. And they didn't set on any grapefruit in the grow room because of the humidity. The humidity makes the pollen really sticky, but I've been taking my paintbrush to them, and I think there's a good possibility that we could get some eggplant to set on now that is outside. Let's see if I can see one. There's one that I thought, goodness, you are loud. What are you looking for? I can't see him, but she is up there. Oh, it's back there. See if I can. Oh, here we go. You see him? I wonder if it must be a raven. He looks pretty big. Obviously, he's got something on his mind. The little birds will run those guys off. Oh, okay, so we transplanted our tomatoes. Let's go take a look at those. These are Thornton tomatoes. And what's cool about these is these actually survived our week of 120 degrees and produced tomatoes, like medium-sized, really juicy, flavorful tomatoes. So I saved the seeds from those and I planted them out here. Actually, I grew them in the grow room and I had to harden them off. But these are doing really good. And don't laugh at the plastic wrap. It's kind of an obstruction to the critters. They don't know what it is and they've been leaving everything alone, right? And back over here we have some stinging nettle. And notice it's in the back because stinging nettle, it stings. I tell you, you bump yourself with that and you're going to get a sore red spot. We have some cilantro coming up in here. And since I put this plastic on these right here, nothing has gotten eaten out of those. Down here is some feverfew. Feverfew is a really cool herb. You can actually make tea with it. And if you have a headache, it works just like ibuprofen. This is yarrow, another cool medicinal herb. This is a horseradish. I actually had 5 planted last year in a different container, and the rabbits, I guess, dug up all of them except this one. So this one is trying to wake up. Here we've added some asparagus in. I had a plant that I had planted when we first moved here, like several of them, and it never did anything, and I pulled them up because I'm like, I don't have enough space to waste on a plant that doesn't produce. And the next year I actually got a really thick stalk of asparagus, and I'm pretty sure the rabbit got it this year. So we have some fennel right here. If you've ever cooked with fennel, you caramelize it, and it's amazing in soup, sausage, kale, and fennel soup. We have some parsley. We have some clary sage. We have some cilantro. Down here, this is marshmallow root. And 1 sage actually lived. That's awesome. Back here we have some quinoa, and I'm putting it in sleeves because if I don't, the critters will eat it. This is going to come up and get to be about 5 feet tall, so it'll grow up through these. I have a whole bunch more to plant, and I need to sew some more sleeves. But that is pretty much our garden update, and I think it might be time for this girl to actually get serious about some housework. Thanks for joining today. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.